Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Eric Bass. I'm the bass player in the band Shinedown. I've been a member of Shinedown since late 2007, right before the Sound of Madness, and actually met Brent and Barry while they were writing the Sound of Madness, and they came to write with me at my studio in Charleston, South Carolina, and we hit it off, and I was offered a position in the band. So, I've been in music my whole life. My mom was a piano and vocal teacher, so I grew up around a lot of music. My grandfather played in big bands in the 40s, and grew up just around a lot of eclectic music, a lot of different styles. Everywhere from 70s rock to big band, and then kind of discovered top 40 radio when I was a teenager. I don't really have that cool backstory that a lot of other people have about, oh, I'm so into metal, or I was so into, the blues or whatever. I was just into whatever was on the radio. Everything from Poison to Whitney Houston. Just whatever the radios were, wherever the radio was playing at the time. That kind of drove me into to building my own little recording studio at home. I thought I had the most novel idea ever. Which probably wasn't very novel at the time, but I thought it was, where I borrowed my sister's stereo systems. I had 3 sisters, and I made my own little 4-track recorder. I'd record into one, and plug that one into the other one, and plug my guitar into that, and record another thing, and kind of made this really overly complicated 4-track, because I didn't know they really existed. I really got into writing music and recording music that way. Probably really terrible stuff at the time. Yeah, and that I just always had that interest in recording, and that I took that into to college with me, and actually just kind of sat in my dorm room in college and played in my room a lot. Didn't really play out on guitar, and I started my first band after college, actually after I quit college, and so I was a little late on that. I didn't really get into my first band until I was 20 or 21, and toured a lot around the Southeast. And had some marginal regional success with a couple of bands. Did a lot of van tours, slept in a lot of Walmart parking lots, KOA campgrounds, didn't take showers, lots of fun. Got really fed up with that and decided that I really wanted to pursue the recording and engineering, producing side of things, somewhere where I could actually make money in the music business and enjoy music as for a living. In Shinedown, we're basically a power trio with a singer, so it's a lot of fun to mess around with tones and to mess around with what works, and trying to experiment and see what makes the most sense. I think we spent a lot of time with Zach's rig in pre-production for this tour, actually taking a mono rig and turning it into a stereo rig, which was something that I had done a long time ago when I played when I was a guitar player. Was splitting the rig through a chorus unit, and you don't really get a chorus sound. You just get a wider spread on the tone using 2 guitar heads, and then taking my bass tone and having one side that is dedicated to bass, and then one side that's dedicated to a drive channel, rather than having running a dirty pedal or something through your bass sound, which I always find you tend to lose something in the sound. So I guess for us, it's always, since we are a smaller unit on stage, is adding to. What can we do to add to the tone? What can we do to make it bigger? What can we do to make it the perception of what's up there larger than what it is? So just like I said, widening his tone out, and then taking and adding a dirty amp to my sound, where when I kick it on, it just adds to what's already there. Actually running a guitar cab and a guitar amp in my bass line, on choruses or big riffs, that kind of thing. It's and then I think our playing kind of complements each other. He's a very bluesy player. I'm a very rhythm section minded person, and some of my favorite more current bands, I guess, would be like Rage Against the Machine or Stone Temple Pilots. Bands that have that really good solid rhythm section where the bass is, it's holding it down, man. It's holding its own, and those riffs are a lot more bluesy, So I think that even though Shinedown, we're definitely not a blues rock band by any stretch of the imagination. We're always trying to push the envelope musically, but it always does come back to that for us. And we just listen to the riff in Bully. It's actually a very bluesy riff when you get down to it. It's heavy, or The Sound of Madness. It's another really, really heavy riff, but it's a very pentatonic blues-based stuff. And that's kind of our bread and butter, and always has been. So, yeah, you know, we'll actually sit in the first few days of pre-production for a tour and just listen and go back and forth until we finally have a sound together that's solid. And that's something that's kind of rare. Usually, you get in a band, everybody's so concerned about their individual sound and how their sound is. And for us, it's all the way from the stage to the front of house to Eddie is, how does this sound out front? How do we sound together? How does the band sound as a whole? Do I need to back off of something in my tone, or Zach needs to back off of something in his tone, or add something to his tone to make the whole sound better than just us individually sounding the way we think we should? I think that's something that could probably help out a lot of bands, a lot of young bands. Is, you know, don't worry so much about, you know, this is my tone and this is the way it's going to be. It should be the sound of the band. How does the band sound together? So that's something that we're always jiving on and working on, tinkering with. We have gotten better about not tinkering once we got the sound, though. We used to be really bad about, you know, day to day we kind of mess with things on stage and turn knobs on amps, and by the, you know, a third or fourth date in, it didn't sound anything like it sounded when we started. But we've gotten better about just hands off now. Once we got the sound the way we want it, we don't touch the amps anymore.